Hey everyone, so the new BG store just got updated. So I'm gonna go through essentially all the new bigger items or prices that have been changed on the bigger items, because some of the stuff like tier 4 basic, tier 5 basic, they haven't changed, but gonna go through all the bigger items and essentially rate them for people who earn very little radiance, maybe just about get to GC, finish Uru, Gamma, that kind of thing, and people who earn quite a bit of radiance, talking Quantum, Mysterium, maybe play War as well. So yeah, I'm going to take into account Radiance Store, Glory Store, occasionally some other stuff for comparison for some of the things, but yeah. Should hopefully be a quick overview of what to avoid from the new store, because some of the things are pretty badly priced, I'll be honest. So, starting off with the Tier 4 Alpha. Now, I would have liked to have seen this be buffed a bit more, but for low tier players, this is a pretty good pickup. Alongside the Glory Store, you can now get over a full Tier 4 Alpha a week, which is quite good if you play both modes, especially because it's for the non-competitive currencies. For high tier players, Tier 4 Alpha is always in a bit of a drought, so this is fine, I guess. Like I said, I would have liked to have seen more of a buff. It only got increased by 50% overall, and the token cost is still kind of middle ground. But yeah, it's an okay deal to pick up whether you're in drought or for the lower players if you are looking towards Tier 4 Alpha as your main rank up resource. This isn't too bad, mostly because it is a currency that isn't competitive based and can be earned in pretty decent quantities. Okay, now this one is the pick of the bunch for the lower tier players, in my opinion, the progressing players. A full tier 6 class catalyst for 4,000 trophy tokens, that is very good value overall, especially because it's selectors. Being able to pick it makes it so much better. Even for high tier players, if you don't want to spend your radiance on the tier 6 CC in that store, this is still pretty decent pricing for tier 6 class catalyst selectors. Especially because we need so many nowadays, you can easily run out of the ones in the Radiance store or have them be at the very high prices. So yeah, the fact that this is an additional very good source now for relatively low cost, I'm really happy with. Yeah, because the Battleground store doesn't have increasing pricing, you can pick up all 10 of these, 5 full class catalysts for 20,000 tokens, get some really good rank up progress, especially for the lower tier players who don't have much radiance to spend. This is really good to not have to spend your radiance on tier 6 class catalyst. Very similar to the last one, we've got the crystals instead, two 25% ones, so you're still getting 50% per purchase, just in smaller increments. Still incredibly good for lower tier players if you want to stack some tier 6 CC, because you obviously want to grow your roster in all 6 classes. For higher tier players, I think the selectors are better because higher tier players have way more access to tier 6 CC, so they won't be looking to generally stack. They will be looking to target one class that they might be having a bit of a drought in, or just need more of a certain class because they plan to do a lot of rank ups. But yeah, for lower tier players, if you want to stack tier 6 CC to spread your entire roster, again, very good pricing. 5 whole class catalysts worth for 12,000 tokens. Really good in combination with the selectors. You can get a lot of tier 6 class catalysts now. Alright, now on to probably the worst one in my opinion. Nobody should pick this up. Nobody should be buying this tier 7 basic. For lower spend players, the reason you should not be picking this up is because this is probably your entire tokens budget for a season, and it gets you 1/9 of a rank 4. You can do nothing with this until you pick it up 9 times, so that is 9 seasons worth if you was purely to buy this. You should definitely be focusing on the tier 4 alpha and the tier 6 CC, not this shit. If you're a high spender, Radiance will give you way better value for tier 7 basic. Even if you're lower spender, the 10% increments of tier 7 basic are way better. Just avoid this. Get your tier 7 basic from pretty much any other source. Not a fan of this. Similar to the last one, I also recommend everyone avoid the 7-star shards. From this season of BGs alone, you can earn 60,000 7-star shards just from playing BGs, getting to the Glad Circuit and doing the solo event. So getting 10,000, not even a full crystal, for 33k tokens is just not worth it. Shards are very available at the moment across the game. Like I said, 60,000 in BGs alone this season. There's no reason to be wasting your tokens to pick this up. You will get enough shards from other places. If you'll say 1k shards off a crystal, fair enough. But yeah, don't be picking this up in mass. So now on to Tier 6 Basic, Tier 3 Alpha. They're both the same price, so I'm only showing one. I think this is okay. Not the greatest thing in the world. I would have liked to have seen an increment to maybe 2 catalysts at a time, just so that it is more efficient buying and raises the stack limit. I think in combination with the Glory Store, lower players can now get very good amounts of Tier 6 Basic, Tier 3 Alpha. But the thing that kind of annoys me about this deal is that 10 tier 6 basic is the same price as 5 full tier 6 CC, which, I don't know, I think the tier 6 CC is a better value overall, especially because of how many places you can get tier 6 basic, tier 3 alpha. So I'd only pick this up if you really need them in the moment. They're not horrible, but there is lots of places for these catalysts. Go to the other place, in my opinion. Glory Store, Mysterium Store, general content. Okay, so now we're going to look at some relic stuff. Now, for lower progression players, I don't usually recommend pushing to rank relics. I think you should be trying to get relics, but you shouldn't really be looking at ranking them very highly. You should mostly just be putting them on champs for the bonuses they give at base. The tier 4 basic alloy, as you can see, I've already picked this up 3 times, and that's exactly the purpose I think it holds. You should pick this up only to fully form the alloys. For example, Elder EQ at my level gives me a full tier 4 alloy and some extra fragments, so I might use this on a monthly basis just to top that up to a full alloy, so I can use it then to rank up relics. But for high Radiance earners, the Radiance store does offer better value for alloys, but this can be used just to top things over. For low Radiance earners, you probably shouldn't be looking to push prestige with relics, but again, if you're a little bit off a full alloy, maybe pick this up. Okay value, not crazy, but yeah, can be useful, but probably not what I would look for. Alright, on to the tier 3 class alloys. Avoid these, full stop. You can only pick up 2, and the problem with that is these are the single tier 3 alloys, not the purred crystals. And you need 2 alloys of a certain class in order to rank up a relic to 6-star rank 4. That means, essentially, you could buy both of these for 48k tokens and not be able to do shit with them, because it is unlikely that you will pull 2 of the same class. So yeah, I would avoid these. Stick to the purred crystals that are gained from Valiant EQ at the higher tiers. And if you do really want some extra tier 3 alloys, Radiance Store is 5k a pop, which is a way better investment in my opinion. 50k tokens for 2 of these that could potentially give you absolutely nothing. That's pretty bad value, and I'm kind of surprised that they are so highly priced because of the fact that you need 2 of them. So an individual one is really not that valuable on its own. Okay, this is the one relic deal that I really like. Tier 1 Celestial Alloy is not available in the Radiance store, so I think for anyone who's looking to push relics or push prestige, whether that be low players, high players, whatever, I'm glad that they really increased the availability. They actually tripled it in the BG store. It used to just be 2 of them. They're also pretty well priced, so I'm pretty happy overall with these. Combined with the Glory Store now, you can get over 10 of these a week, and the fact that you need 5 or 6 of them at one time for a relic rank up means that they are very well available now. I'm going to be picking this up semi-regularly, not every single week because I don't go through like 12 of them a week, but yeah, this is a pretty good deal. They are pretty decently priced, good availability, and can be useful for quite a lot of relic tier rank ups. You know, they're useful for rank 2, rank 3, and rank 4. Okay, final item, and in my opinion, one of the better ones too. 7-star Sigstones. The reason I like this is because it is a source of consistent Sigstones, generic Sigstones, without spending money. You know, lots of Sigstones are reserved to either class crystals, so no guarantees, or reserved to money. So with this, in combination with the Radiance store monthly and the Mysterium store, there is approximately 100 generics on offer a month now, completely for free just from stores. That is really good value. I'll be picking this up most weeks. If you are a lower Radiance earner, I think you probably want to go to Catalyst over Sigstones, because I think bulking your roster outwards in terms of character ranks will be more important than buffing, say, a single champion up to Sig 200. But yeah, this is a pretty good one. One of the ones I'm going to be picking up the most. Probably the one I do pick up the most. So yeah, pretty good value overall. That's going to be the entire store, though. Thanks for watching. If you have any other questions about certain combinations, drop them in the comments and I'll try to reply. See you all next time.